All right, guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only champion spotlight. Today we are looking at the Lizard Man with a spear and a shield. Yes, the hero every one of you will get if you toil away and try to get the fusion. So here you go, Raisin Scarhide. Everyone will get him eventually if you try. Let's look at him and see what he does and if he's good. Let's find out. All right, so his A1. Attacks one enemy 3 times, has a 20% chance of removing one random buff from the target. So that's actually really good on an A1. The ability to remove anything on an A1 is awesome. So that's good. A2 attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff and a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. So also very good. Drop defense and weaken on the same hit. Even better. Attacks all enemies and decreases the turn meter by 100%. That's pretty sick also. The only downside with this is on a 6-turn cooldown. So if you are trying to use him for, say, like Fire Knight, because that's actually what I was thinking, is maybe he could be good for Fire Knight for reducing turn meter and for his A1 that hits 3 times. But this 6-turn cooldown is what's going to make him kind of suffer versus other heroes. Like if you look at Yakarl, all right, he's got a 3-turn cooldown on removing the entire turn meter. So, you know what I mean? And he can pull the turn meter from that enemy. So it just depends on where you're at in the game and what level you're on. But it's like you definitely want to make sure that you're not using him for stuff that is very important because he's basically your extra turn meter remove. Okay, he's not going to be your main one because he's only going to do it every 6 turns, and more than likely 6 turns is more than enough for a boss to get 1 or 2 or even 3 runs. So you definitely don't want to use him for anything like that. But is he good for faction wars? Yes. Is he good for dungeons? Yes. Is he good for waves and you want to control the entire wave? Yes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Just remember, it's going to be on a small cooldown. So his masteries, what we did was we went down the defense tree because we wanted him to have a little more defense because he is a defense hero, and we gave him the ability to, remove debuffs and things like that, all the way down to Giant Slayer on the offense tree because we want him to be able to get those extra hits in on his A1 with his 3 hits. All right. Artifacts. We put him in what we had. This is the deflection set. It basically will deflect 1 debuff onto an attacker at 25% chance, but it does increase his HP and defense by 20%. So it's kind of nice. It's just what I had. Do you have to use it? No. You could put him in regen. You can put him in defense. You can put him in whatever you want, honestly. There's not too much specific about him. His accuracy is where you're going to want to kind of push it. Right now we have him in resistance. I will probably go through these eventually and try to adjust and find an accuracy. Here we go. We have an accuracy one. So to be honest, this would probably be the best option for him. I don't know if I have enough silver, but this would be a good option for him, would be to have some accuracy instead of the resistance, just because you want him to land that energy remove. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip this. All right, there we go. He's got his 6-star right there. So why are we doing this on a champion spotlight when I'm supposed to have all 16 gear? Because you know what? It's better for him. He should have more accuracy. Very important. So skills are done. Masteries are done. Let's look at his total stats as of right now with the accuracy. So he's got 41,000 HP. He's got 1712 attack. He's got 3,692 defense, 174 speed, 103 crit rate, 128 crit damage. He's got 142 resistance. He did have over 200, and his accuracy is 185. So like I said, we haven't really rebuilt him since we got him. This is more of a test on him to see how he does, and let's just go with it and hope for the best. Basically, we want him to land that the turn meter reduction. So let's see, where would I use him? I mean, would I use him in arena? He's not bad for arena. My speed on him is not super high. So that's where I think we're going to have some problems. Let's just see if we can put him in a team and if it'll help. So now this is a terrible team to fight. So we're going to fight him. And we are going to pull her out. So let's just say, how would I use her? How would I use him? Honestly, I would rather him be, I feel like, the second fastest person on the team if I was going to use him in arena. Just because you could do speed up, get him to do the turn meter down, and then just kind of kick the crap out of everybody. But so we're going to bring him in here. All right. Now you could put him in the lead if you're fast enough. It's a 90 resist. that's actually kind of good because you're not going to get hit with as many debuffs, but you really want to be faster in the arena. So I don't know a lot of people that use it unless you really have high speeds on your heroes like already. So yeah, because once you get to the point where you're pushing 300-400 whatever speed, Arbiter doesn't become as important, and there are other heroes you could use in place. So he could be used for that. But yeah, so we're going to use her in the lead for the attack up, even though it doesn't really help him. It does increase his turn meter. So hopefully he gets a turn somewhere in here. Now, we don't have defense down right now, but that's not going to matter for what we're going to do with this fight. So let's just give it a shot and see how it goes. These guys might be faster. They are not. All right, so basically you want to do speed up. All right, now this is where the accuracy is going to come in. Well, actually, we're going to freeze them first. So everyone's frozen. Now we're going to go in with this all attack and try to reduce all their turn meters by 100%. All right. Look at that. No turn meter. So now they're frozen. He's not frozen. And they have no turn meter. See what I mean? So this could be a reasonable thing to do here. We'll just use this because we don't need to waste it. All right. We would like to remove this person. This one's the most irritating, and this one's annoying too, but I think this one can revive. I'm not really sure, to be honest. So yeah, we want to kind of take them out. Now we have Yakarl to come in and take all her turn meter away or kill her. Either way works. They're all frozen. This is the only one that can actually bother us. He's kind of annoying, but he doesn't really do much, so we don't really care if we fight him. All right, so now we've got my boy coming in. Actually, so this is the big hit. All right, it does decrease defense and weaken. So we're going to try and take him down with that, which it didn't. It only did 8,000, but now we can come in and hopefully kill. Yeah, we'll try him since I figured we'd give it a shot, right? Valkyrie's the one that was really the pain. Here we go. This should hopefully freeze him or kill him. We're good. And then we're going to do attack up to get everyone sped up. And then hopefully you're dead. Let's see. Boom. So yeah, is he the reason we just won that fight? It's possible. I mean, if I had brought in defense down, I mean, they still would have been frozen and we still would have gotten another turn, but now we got another turn on top of another turn. Okay. So is he good for arena? Yes, he's actually very good for arena, surprisingly enough, if you can get him fast enough. If he goes first, it's almost like now if you have someone like, I don't know, I forgot her name. Let's see if she's in here anywhere. I usually see her in the arena all the time. So yeah, I don't see her right here. Let me just see if she pops up. I want to find her. Here we go. See, already got one. So this one. So Lysandra. Basically, what she does is, I believe, she attacks one enemy and fully depletes turn meter. She increases the speed of all allies and fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%, and decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 30%. So she can do what basically, the whole point is to essentially just give yourself another turn before they can go. So 30% reduction of the entire team isn't terrible. All right. Now, the good news here is that she increases your turn meter and speed also at the same time. Unfortunately, this guy does not. Okay. So yeah, you're going to have some trouble with that. But if you can deplete them by 100%, amazing. All right. So that's kind of how he works in the arena. Like I said, you can build him however you like. You can use him in the arena. I don't see it being a problem. And giving yourself almost 3 turns, like if you have a stun, a freeze, or whatever it is that incapacitates the team, you would use them. I would use more than likely. I would use. It actually doesn't matter if your call goes first, to be honest, because you're going to freeze them or take the turn meter away. Preferably, you will want Raisin to be faster than the freeze because he's the one that's going to stop them from attacking. So if, like, let's just say your Carl's the fastest and he doesn't go first, he gets outbeat, you know what I mean? Then you're going to not be able to reduce turn meter anyway. So I would probably make him my second fastest hero on the team. Now let's go look at Doom Towers. Actually, do I have a place in Curse City? I feel like we just used him somewhere. I just want to see if he's usable in here somewhere. We have no keys left, so we got to go where we. All right, we didn't use him here. I'm going to see if there's any bosses here that we can kind of go in and show him off, because I don't remember where we used him. I know we used him at least once, but whatever. We'll see. All right, he's not in here. Looks like all these bosses are... Here we go. So this is the team we used to kill the spider. It actually worked really well. So here's what we did. We have a weird ass team. All right, so basically we're going to do speed down on the spider. This is normal mode. This is not hard mode. So just remember, we're going to do defense up. And then we are going to do attack up. All right, and now we have an AoE with this attack, so that should probably do some really good damage. And then we're going to use the turn meter reduction, which I don't think is going to work against the boss, but we'll find out. All right, did not, but we were able to kill them all. And now we want to kill another spider, basically, because he's going to get a turn anyway. So there we go, another spider. Just saved us a little bit of a heal. So now we're looking pretty. I'm pretty sure we beat this really easily, by the way, because it wasn't that bad. I think a couple of my guys got hit. So as you can see, they're doing pretty good damage right now. And Mr. Raisin is good enough to do some damage against the boss. Now we could try to get this defense down. If we get the defense down, which we did, that's a huge help on taking this guy down because now he's got a lot less defense. You're going to start seeing some crazy damage from Bogwalker. Watch his health just melt. Look at that. One hit, he just like crushed him. So that 60% drop defense is good for stuff like this. I mean, look at that. Bogwalker just put up 534,000 damage versus everyone else. So Raisin's not, I wouldn't say Raisin's a damage dealer, all right? He can be. If you rebuild him the way, in more of a defensive attack kind of setup, I think you could make him a pretty good hitter. But I feel like he's more of a support defense hero, just someone that you want to build to not die, to get the defense down, to get the weakens, to get the energy. Like I would probably just do fast and furious on him. He is Paul Walker and Vin Diesel mixed together and painted to look like a lizard. There you go. That's what Raisin is. We just figured him out. So that's the city. And once again, you can bring him into Doom Tower. I mean, we'll go into hard mode. Why not? This is later game stuff, right? Now we're working up to stage 57, but we don't want to go that far right now. Let me see if there's a team that we could bring him in. So we're going to take her away and see if Raisin can help us out here. So this is a full legendary group team. We're going to leave it on auto just because I want to see if it works on auto. But you'll see he's good at just basically taking away all their turn meters. It's not super necessary if you have a lot of control, like freezes and stuns and all that crap, but it's definitely helpful. But the thing is like I said, he's good for a lot of areas. He's not bad. I've never brought him into a fight and said this is not a good idea. Like he is good where he is, and that's it. He's one of those heroes. He's not gonna make you go, oh my god, this is the best hero ever. But he's also not gonna make you be like, I'm upset that I built him. Oh, look at that. We're getting some stuff. Those guys hit really hard. Oh, he blocked revive too, even better. Well, I guess Raisin's gonna not really show us anything now. This is where block revive can be annoying. I didn't know that guy had block revive, actually. That's actually pretty interesting to know. See, you learn something new every day. Let's see if we can turn this off. Yeah, we can. All right, so we can't bring him back, unfortunately. But as you saw in the first round, he was able... Actually, we don't even need to beat this because I forgot. It's already beaten. So if you can keep him alive, basically. All right, so that's where the defense part comes in. So shields, heals. We had Mithrala. Unfortunately, the second wave is always the most dangerous. But as you saw, he was able to take turn meter away from the entire wave. So that's good. A block revive situation, that I would probably say, unless you go first, you're going to need something to stop that guy from doing that. So yeah, stuns, freezes, all that stuff. All right, so that's him in Doom Tower. Like I said, I don't really think we need to show him off too much there. It's not super important. Now, would I use him in Fire Knight? I mean, I'm not against it, but I just don't think he's gonna do what I need him to do in here. Let's see. Let's go into normal. We're gonna go into stage 20 and see if he can now. All right. So basically, all of these heroes are good at turn meter reduction, except for Crimson Slayer. Would I replace her with him? I mean, she has a sleep, which is kind of nice. So we're going to try to remove her. Let's go in here. Everyone's set up. Let me go in the team setup. I forgot that this is like 100% set up. We have Fire Knight 20 somewhere in this bad boy. I think I have him up here. We passed it. Fire Knight 20. All right, so here we go. So let's just try taking out. All right, so she's really good at this because she has the turn meter reduction on her A1. So that's going to be kind of annoying. So we're gonna take Crimson out. Let's see if Raisin can take over because I don't want to mess with the order of things. So we're going to do it this way. I will have to adjust my team again but that's fine. This is basically my boss and enemies get no turn team. All right, so we're just switching out Crimson Slayer for Raisin. All right, now basically the way this team works is, and if you haven't watched my Fire Knight no-hit team, you've got Syl, who has stuns and turn meter reduction. You've got Apothecary literally there just to speed the thing up and to have it an A3. Sorry, it's A1 hits 3 times, so that's important for the main fight. And then you've got your Carl, who's got a turn meter reduction. He also has a 2-hitter on his A1. You've got was that Crimson had the 3-hitter on her A1 and turn meter reduction, and then you've got Visix who can do turn meter reduction, and the provoke's not necessary. We literally just leave her A1 on for the final fight. You don't need anything else for the main area. Now, what Raisin's going to bring to this fight is defense down. Now, if that's the case and it actually works, which I don't know. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying this. If this works, we should get a better time on this fight, as long as he does his A1 right on the first round, because I forgot to adjust it. So we'll see if they can do it. I'm not super concerned here, but really it just depends on that shield. If they can get the shield down in the first round, then I think Raisin is going to be a welcome member of this team. And he is doing the turn meter reduction on the AoE. See, like right here, I would probably turn off the A1s. I mean, I would probably turn everything off so that I have my energy depletion thing going on right when we get into the boss. But actually, you don't want that because you want him to hit with his A1, so forget it. We're hoping he actually does use the turn meter reduction. So everyone's using their big abilities, which is fine because, like I said, we really want... These guys are chosen for their A1s, really, and for the turn meter reduction. And he removes buffs, too, so that's even better. I think the question here is really whether or not it's going to be a no-hit team. There we go. He used the turn meter reduction. Good. All right, so we should have the turn meter on your Carl, so that's good. All right, so we have the A3. We have, I mean, it's A1, A1. She uses her 2-hitter there. All right, 1 hit's not that great, but hey, there you go. We got the turn meter reduction. This could be a really good team, and now we should be off and running with this guy not getting any turns. And the question here is really whether or not Raisin's going to bring anything to this fight. And I think he actually might. Like, this could actually be a better team for this fight, because I don't think we have to worry too much about his turn meter and as much in 25 as we do in 20. I mean, in 20 as much as we have to worry about it in 25, because obviously he's a lot weaker. Obviously, this fight is, he's not going to speed up as much as he would in stage 25. So there we go. So now we got decreased defense. So now we're going to do tons more damage while the fight goes. So this is going to speed this fight up dramatically, I think, actually. This might actually be the first time we're doing this, and I'm going to be really excited if this is my best time, because that drop defense is a huge help, because we didn't have it in the team before. So this could be one of those things. Now, unfortunately, Smite's useless in this fight because he doesn't get a turn, so he's never going to use the Smite. Another thing you could do here, since Raisin isn't 100%, really doing much, if you have somebody who can poison the boss, that doesn't help either. But someone who can destroy poisons is good. Someone like Dark Kale could be useful here, because you could just set his A1 to just constantly destroy things. There you go. That way you just keep putting up debuffs and then just exploding them. So there are other options here that you could use. But as far as just having an easy fight and not having to worry about whether or not you're going to die or not, because we don't die in this fight. I mean, nobody gets any turns, so it doesn't really matter. Now, like I said, I would set up the AI to have Raisin use his A1 on the first turn. And then honestly, you could just probably leave him alone actually after that, because his turn meter reduction is useful, his defense down is useful, like all his skills are useful. So I would just say screw it and make sure he does his first hit when he walks into the boss on the third wave. Just put him so that he uses his A1. This is, I think, the fastest time we had. Yeah, best time. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. There you go. I think this fight was honestly like a lot longer before. Like I mean, a lot longer. So there you go. We were able to do a stage 20 fight relatively quickly. We got a 6-star piece for stun, which normally, if it didn't have speed, I wouldn't be interested in it. But it has defense, resist, and HP all in the same thing. And usually, when I use stun, it's on a hero like that. I need them to stay alive, so that's not terrible. We're gonna keep it for now. I may sell it off, but either way, you see Raisin did 673,000 damage versus your Carl, who did 1.64 million. So obviously he's not the damage dealer guy, but like I said, we don't have him built the same. So would I use him here? Yes, 100%. And we probably will work out this team a little bit more and flesh it out a little better. But having that extra accuracy has severely changed his game. He's way better now. He's getting that turn meter reduction down. And yeah, that's it. We just level that up and then he's all good to go. I mean, that's really the main place I would say he's good for. You could use him in Spider, I guess. I mean, there's not much there for him, but let's say you need someone who's defensive to tank, put him in a regen set or something, and he could tank the spiders here. That's not a terrible idea. And Dragon, I mean, he's basically useless against that. I mean, yeah, I mean, not useless. That's a lie. He's got defense down. He's got weaken. He's got some things that could be useful here. Would I take anyone out of my team like currently on hard mode? Probably not. You know what I mean? Let's look. Let's go here on stage 7. So the reason we have this team is because these two work really well, Mithrala and Cleo, with the hexes. We've got Syl for revival and stuns. We've got Mr. Grush here for heals and attack down. So you definitely want that. So if we remove any of these heroes, I mean, it might be rough. Like this Apothecary is really good. He speeds everyone up. He's got awesome heals. If I took Syl out, we'd probably die because we don't have stuns and we don't have anyone who's doing that passive heal every round. If I took Cleo out, maybe, but she works really well with Mithrala, so I'm basically cutting Mithrala's head off by taking Cleo out. We did do this. I think we tried it with Carl here, and we died. For some reason, this team worked on stage 7. So, well, not some reason. I know why, because these two are awesome. And they can block skills. So there's that. Otherwise, yeah. I mean, would I bring him in here on lower end tiers? You know, would I bring him into the normal modes for up to like stage 20 and maybe even up to 25 possibly? Yeah, I don't see him being a problem, but I feel like for me personally, with the teams that I have, I don't feel like he would mesh well with it. So if you have a team that works well, that has all the things you need in a fight, plus him to do defense down, 100% worth it. He'll drop the turn meter of all the waves, which in and of itself is worth it just because you can keep yourself from getting hit like you just saw in Fire Knight. All right. Other than that, I mean, I don't know any other place that I would really think he's like perfect for. He's essentially a good hero. He's good in a lot of different places, and he's done really well so far. I mean, like I've used him in a bunch of places. Now that we're actually going to try him out in Fire Knight, I'm actually glad we did that because, yeah, now we're going to have a really good Fire Knight team once I get him maxed out with that with his little banner that we just took off today, and also when we maybe readjust his gear somewhat, you know, maybe we'll give him some more defense and try to build him out because right now, I mean, his defense is like 36, so we could easily get that higher with some better gear and taking the deflection set off. Maybe he's got a flat stat defense on his chest, so it's not like he's in anything good. This was just what we had when we had pulled him, and then we're talking. I think we've been building him for like months, so yeah, it's been a little while. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, anything you want to talk about, or any way that you use Raisin, feel free to leave a comment below. It is very good for people to hear from other people. Yeah, people from other people. Yes, that's right. I said it. And yeah, as always, like, share, subscribe. It's great for the channel. And you make Mr. Raisin Scarhide very happy with his mohawk. He was an SLC punk, in case you were wondering. Yeah, Matthew Lillard played Raisin in that movie. All right, so there you go. This is Raisin Scarhide, the lizard extraordinaire with an armor and a shield and a spear and whatever the hell these leg tassels are. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.